We're talking about Pornstar-gate today. Yes, the porn star who showed up to Turning Point USA's Student Action Summit and was kicked out a few days ago. My thoughts, what happened, and what Twitter got wrong. This rock star is standing up for fans who don't want the jab. Victoria's Secret won't even look familiar to you after their woke makeover. And Prince Harry just keeps on grifting. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics, the first ever daily conservative pop culture show. I have so many things to say about this porn star thing and TPUSA kicking people out of our events that I might just keep you here all night so I can get it all out.
We can only keep them here for 10 minutes.
Okay, we can only keep you here for 10 minutes.
We don't have much time.
There were so many incredible stories that happened at Turning Point USA Student Action Summit over the weekend. I got to meet some phenomenal, beautiful, and smart CUTEservatives, which is always my favorite part. I got to see Daddy DeSantis speak for the first time and witness applause so loud the room shook. A 90-year-old man drove an hour just to see Jesse Waters speak because he was his biggest fan. He even brought his book with him. When he heard that the event was sold out and we didn't have any tickets left, Fox Nation asked if he'd want to meet Jesse backstage. The man was in tears and told him he didn't have much longer to live. And when Jesse signed his book, he wrote, "To my biggest fan."
Promised myself I wouldn't cry.
Turning Point USA activist Olivia Sander was in attendance. She bravely said no to attending Brigham Young University in Hawaii, her dream school, because they refused to let her attend unless she got the jab, even though she had multiple medical exemptions saying that it could severely injure or even kill her.
So when I found out that BYU Hawaii would be mandating this vaccine, I got together with my medical providers and we decided that it would be best for me not to receive this vaccine because I do not want to relapse and have another episode of Guillain-Barré.
And then I met Ashton, who just yelled, "I'm a worm," when he saw me. These were only a few of the incredible stories to come out of SAS. Unfortunately, only one story dominated news around the world, and it was that a popular adult entertainer was kicked out of the event. Conservatives, libertarians, and liberals sparred on Twitter all weekend about the incident and whether it was the wrong or right thing to do. How do I personally feel? I think it was absolutely the right decision.
Whatever happened to thriving off controversy?
I think that because Turning Point USA throws the biggest and best events in the conservative movement, people forget our focus is actually on high school and college students across the country. With every event we make and every show we produce, they are the main focus. But people of all ages who are not students are always welcome to purchase tickets and attend our events, which is why the situation with Brandy Love happened.
Glad there are no old people here. This conversation would probably be total gibberish to them.
The average age of an employee at Turning Point USA is 24 years old. I will also tell you that the majority of people working here who are in charge of tickets are females. I think it's completely understandable that when a name came through as someone buying their own VIP ticket package, which costs several $100, the person or persons handling that had absolutely no idea who she was.
Who are you?
I think I'd be more concerned if every TPUSA employee jumped up and down like, "Oh my gosh, I know her, I'm her biggest fan." But no one knew who she was.
Who the hell is this guy?
We have less than 500 VIP tickets available for our events. Since we're producing these amazing events for students, we're used to vetting them because it matters who they are and if they truly support TPUSA's mission. I mean, after all, we're funding them coming. We haven't ever had to worry about adult ticket buyers before this because they're usually just student parents and people like that. But once Brandy was at the event and started posting about it, it was brought to our attention that she was a VIP at an event for students, with many being minors. Turning Point USA then politely and privately refunded her ticket and asked her to leave.
I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
It wasn't malicious or done to be mean or rude. To have a porn star walking around posting pictures at our event with kids when she has her butthole pinned to her Twitter is a terrible look, to say the least. You can also see in the statement that was sent to her, which the media reported on, that we did invite her to attend other general admission events that weren't for minors. The only reason this went public was because she made it public by blasting it on Twitter and then selling merch. It really makes you question her motives for attending a conference called the Student Action Summit in the first place.
All right, if this is not your motive, what is?
I have motive.
What I don't understand are the big tent people saying the conservative movement should be for everyone, and because of that, it's cancel culture that we uninvited an adult star to SAS. We are a private, non-profit organization who absolutely reserves the right to not admit certain people to our events.
And you're not invited.
Whether it's because it would draw negative attention to the work we do, you're a dangerous person like Antifa, or you antagonize the organization online and say you hate us, if your sole reason for attending is to bully our staff, speakers, and students, why would we let you in? That's not how this works.
You're not the boss of me.
If a different conservative organization held a conference and fundamentally disagreed with me or disliked POPlitics or whatever, I don't expect them to invite me to speak, and I wouldn't complain on Twitter or show up to their conferences and yell at their speakers like a toddler.
You are driving me nuts.
By the way, conservatism is not supposed to be a big tent. That is what political parties are for. A political party is different from being conservative or being liberal. Those are separate things. Brandy Love is free to vote however she wants and for whoever she wants. When it comes to election season, I absolutely appreciate her voting for the same people I do, but that doesn't make her conservative.
These are not the same.
It wasn't appropriate for Brandy Love to be at a Turning Point USA event. We've also kicked out kids who were acting inappropriately, behaving poorly, or causing fights with other attendees. This idea that just because I say I'm conservative means I must have an invite to every single conservative event is the equivalent to the everyone deserves a trophy argument. No, you aren't guaranteed an invite to every single event ever. Sometimes you will not be invited. It's best to learn that in life as soon as possible because that's the real world.
And you can't sit with us.
The truth is, as soon as we were aware, we did something about it. It was a learning experience for us and our staff, and I think the way it was handled was exactly what needed to happen in respect to our students and their parents. What do you think?
Had to be done.
So all of this to say, Brandy Love is absolutely the freak of the week for all this.
I said certified freak. 7 days a week.
Here's some good news. Eric Clapton, who you may not know if you're Gen Z or even a millennial, I grew up listening to him because my dad is a big fan, but he's one of the greatest guitar players of all time. And he has come out and said that he will not do any shows that require the attendees to get the Jabba the Hutt. He said, I will not perform on any stage where there is a discriminated audience present. Unless there is a provision made for all people to attend, I reserve the right to cancel the show.
He's great. I think he's doing a great job.
True rock stars used to be rock stars because they weren't afraid to stand up to the man and go their own way. I'm glad Eric Clapton is keeping that mentality alive for at least a little bit longer. Since their woker than woke announcement, Victoria's Secret is now going through a remodel of all of their stores and removing any and all pics of Victoria's Secret angels, their hot pink color scheme, and anything that looks sexy. I don't understand why they have to do away with the pink. This feels personal to me.
Why did you leave me?
It's your outfit, dude.
One of my favorite scenes in The Office is when Michael takes his female staff to Victoria's Secret for Women's Appreciation, and Pam feels awkward, so she just buys a robe and says she's gonna cut it up and use it as a towel.
Let's face it, most guys are from the Dark Ages. They're cavemen, and they like a woman to be showing her cleavage and to be wearing 8-inch heels and to be wearing see-through underpants. But for me, a woman looks best when she is just absolutely naked.
Did you see that Prince Harry is writing an explosive tell-all book about the royal family? He's been secretly writing it for a year and just sold it to Penguin Random House. It's coming out in late 2022. Very fascinating stuff coming from the guy who said he just wanted to be out of the public eye, is it not? Also, this was sent to me. Don't ask, I don't know, but I love it.
Солнце смеялось, с ними птички пели, жизнь у сластены слаще карамели, громко-громко леденцы хрустят.
And that's the tea for the freak of the week and all the other things you need to know. So what are y'all up to this weekend? I will be hiding from this Arizona heat in California and probably snacking on some cinnamon rolls. You know how it is. Show some love before the weekend. Subscribe to POPlitics on Apple Podcasts and leave us a 5-star review for us, please. Tap that heart. Tell me your thoughts on Pornstar Gate. Share this episode to your stories and hit the save button. We're back Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It's pop culture without the propaganda every single day. I'm AlexClark, and this is POPlitics. Click below to watch yesterday's episode. Please subscribe, thumbs up, share this video, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss the conservative. And make sure you're following this show at POPlitics on Instagram for even more CUTEservative content.